Hey everybody, Steve here, and this morning we're going to talk about Proverbs chapter 6. So let's go ahead and get started. My son, if you become surety for your friend, if you have shaken hands in pledge for a stranger, you are snared by the words of your mouth. You are taken by the words of your mouth. So do this, my son, and deliver yourself. For you have come into the hand of your friend. Go and humble yourself. Plead with your friend. Give no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Deliver yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, and like a bird from the hand of the fowler. Go to the ant, you sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which, having no captain, overseer, or ruler, provides her supplies in the summer, and gathers her food in the harvest. How long will you slumber, O sluggard? When will you rise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. So shall your poverty come on you like a prowler, and your need like an armed man. A worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth. He winks with his eyes, he shuffles his feet, he points with his fingers. Perversity is in his heart. He devises evil continually. He sows discord. Therefore his calamity shall come suddenly. Suddenly he shall be broken without remedy. These 6 things the Lord hates, yes, 7 are an abomination to him: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, a false witness who speaks lies, and one who sows discord among the brethren. I think what we'll do is we'll stop there because that's kind of a long chapter. We'll split this in half. But we have to be careful about what we say. And talking about that first part where if you've become surety for a friend, if you've shaken hands, you've gone into debt for another person, or you've taken on another person's debt, or you've basically co-signed them to go into debt, which is enslavement. We see this problem today in our country, the United States, that our country is in massive debt. The regular debt is $14 trillion, but with all the liabilities in the United States, it's $125 trillion. And the Bible talks about how you were enslaved by the one to whom you're indebted to. And we're not called to be slaves. So in our lives, some practical application of this is not to go into sign our names onto somebody who's going into debt. But rather that we're supposed to do the hard right over the easy wrong. Now I know that's kind of a strange and alien thought pattern for today, but we're called to be aliens and strangers. We're supposed to be set apart. Even as the Old Testament believers were set apart, so are we to be set apart from the world today. That we don't dive into the same sin, and it talks about that. Go to the ant, you sluggard. You're supposed to prepare. You're supposed to be ready. You're supposed to set aside some things to provide for you and your family. And that's what we see in the New Testament, where it says one that doesn't provide for his family is worse than an unbeliever. So those are the things that we're supposed to do. And then if we take on debt and we take on other people's debt and we don't prepare and set aside things for our own, then poverty will come on you like a thief in the night. In your need like an armed man. So what we're seeing here is a cause and effect relationship. God is putting forth the wisdom of saying, if you follow this pattern, it's going to end in poverty, most likely. So why don't we heed God's word? And what happens is that usually it ends up being the wicked man that tries to get around the system. A worthless person, a wicked man, walks with a perverse mouth. He points his finger. Perversity is in his heart. He devises evil continually. He sows discord. We've heard scriptures where it talks about out of the abundance of the heart the mouth speaks. And a lot of us need to die to self more and more than what we're doing. But let's not actively go over these things and actively participate in these 7 abominations: a proud look, a lying tongue, hands that shed blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that are swift in running to evil, false witness who speaks lies. In other words, is the evidence of us being a believer Is it righteousness and holiness, or is it wickedness and sin? So that's something that we need to think about, and especially during these days. Let's remember that we're supposed to be set apart in word, thought, and deed, and I know this applies to me more than anybody else, but it's just something to think about. Take care, God bless, and keep up the good work.